I know you've been traumatized quite a bit with the ZvZ Light, so
Oh.
yeah, it'll be a little bit relieved to be spawning into data under the sea, where of course in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in that bottom left-hand corner, we have our blue Zerg player coming out from the land of Italia. He is of course going to be representing KZ Gaming, KZG, our bruschetta boy himself, Reynor.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Data Under the Sea, we have his opponent, the American Protoss player himself, representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is PattyMac.
The tip of Ultron himself.
The tip of Voltron. God damn it. Ultron doesn't make any sense.
What'd I say?
You said Ultron.
I say Ultron.
Ultron is an AI. Just a robot. Voltron comes together, puppy. God damn it.
He is the Megazord.
He is Rita Repulsa. Oh my god. So I'm really excited about this series. I do really love that PattyMac, he's got a lot of respect and a lot of notoriety in the European scene, just because he has been making a name for himself. He has been taking games and taking series off of players like Clem, off of players like Laser as well. And during HomeStory Cup, they were actually talking about PattyMac on the casting couch. I do remember this. And Lambo, I think it wasn't just Lambo. I think Lambo and Reynor, it may have been during a different game. They were talking a little bit about PattyMac, and they were talking about the Patty special, the PattyMac special, because that we have since dubbed. PattyMac has a very unique style of PvZ that is very unique to him, and it's very powerful if you don't know it's coming. I know he's beaten Scarlet with it before, and a Laser, and Scarlet has adopted it on her stream. Like she started whenever she operates, she does the PattyMac build. But the more he does it, the more he's being found out, the more that people are becoming familiar with it.
Yeah, the more notoriety gets on it, and the more it does get a little bit scrutinized. And like you said, for a build that really relies on that element of surprise, it doesn't work out too well, especially at the start of a very short series.
Exactly. So again, Reynor is fully aware of how PattyMac plays, and we'll see if he has an answer to it. For those wondering what we're talking about, the Patty special is 3-gate Glaive Adepts into double Stargate Phoenix into DTs. It's very Brood War-esque. It is very hyper aggressive. The style, the kind of the purpose behind it is you force roaches with your initial Glaive Adepts, and then if the roaches go for a counterattack, you have DTs to defend, and you also have Phoenixes to counterattack as well, to get map control and to get into the mid game, to get into late game. And you know, things can get really out of control.
It really can. You just have so much momentum as a Protoss player. Like you said, those Phoenixes give you a lot of freedom. You can go for some counter harass, so you can just use them to clear up some Overlords as well. You're going to be sitting very, very comfortable on 4 or even 5 bases as you build into your late game.
Exactly. And on top of that, because it's only 3 gateways, that also means that you have to be very, very careful with your first adept push. And this is the classic 6 adept push from PattyMac. There's no reinforcement point, there's no prism. Usually PattyMac commits with this army, and he saves his recall to make sure that he doesn't lose any of these adepts.
Yeah, like you were saying, it's super, super crucial to keep them alive. This is the only map control that you're gonna have when you use this build, and immediately PattyMac is forced to recall. He loses one of his adepts that wasn't quite able to retreat in time, and just like that, PattyMac has to retreat a little bit. He has to turtle up a little bit while he gets his economy up and running. Best case scenario, this forces Reynor to get a Roach Horn, but as we can see, he's getting a Baneling Nest.
Yeah, this is very unexpected, and I think this is very good from Reynor. Again, PattyMac is anticipating a Roach counterattack. For the time being, his adepts are kept at home. He's doing a decent job at defending. Recall is on cooldown, bear that in mind. So if PattyMac gets caught out, he will, there is no way out of this, and he has to be very careful not to be surrounded, not to be caught out by the Ling Bane.
And he needs to be so careful with these Adept Shades. He needs to make sure that he always has an out. Glaives did just finish up, and with that, you know, he's putting in a little bit of damage. He might be able to get a queen, maybe 2 queens, a queen. One queen.
He gets 1 high energy queen for his troubles. He isn't going to commit. He is going to back off. And he will be just playing this a little bit safer. There is the double Stargate. We were talking about it. It is 3-gate Glaive Adept into double Stargate Phoenix production. And then we should be seeing a Dark Shrine after this as well.
Well,
I do worry that PattyMac, he's not really adapting to what he's up against.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, we may not see the Dark Shrine if PattyMac recognizes, hang on, that's a lot of Lings, where are your Roaches? And yeah, he is committing to the standard Patty special.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think this Dark Shrine is gonna really pay off for him.
Yeah, thankfully, you know, he can use the DTs to morph them into Archons, and Archons can do well against Ling Bane, but before that happens, we'll see what he does with these Adepts. He is able to force a cancel on the 4th hatchery. Not too bad here. He's being very careful as well. He has spotted these Banelings, so because of that, he shouldn't be running into things, and he shouldn't be committing to any of these Shades. Okay, to get a Queen. Up.
Just barely doesn't get that queen, but back at home, Double Phoenix is on the way. Not again! The wall was not a wall, and there was no shield battery here to really reinforce this. I almost said Sentry Stalker as well. 2 Phoenixes are out right now, but there's no way he's going to be lifting every single Ling. The Gateway and the Stargates get depowered as well. Things are just getting so messy and chaotic right now for PattyMac. He even loses the mineral line at his 3rd.
The Banelings are rolling in. Things are going from bad to worse very quickly here because of one little mistake. Suddenly, everything turned on its head. PattyMac is going to be losing 34 workers. He has been completely scouted. We even see so much of the tech depowered in the main base as well.
And these Lings, they just keep coming and they don't stop coming, and they keep getting damage one way or another. We are at 67 probes versus 67 drones versus 41 probes. This is a nightmare scenario for a Protoss economy.
It really is.
And not the player.
And again, it was just one mistake, you know, it was just the Stalker not being in position, not being on hold position exactly where it needed to be. And one moment is all that Reynor needed to flip everything on its head. Once again, the wall isn't a wall and the Lings flood in. Again, I'm getting some WTL flashbacks.
Oh no.
As more probes are falling, and PattyMac, he's basically all in across the map. He commits with the Shade with his Lings, but he just gets surrounded.
Like so. GG is called Reynor, with some very smart adjustments to his build, adapting to what PattyMac is kind of known for in this matchup, and with that, he will be rewarded with a very solid 1-0 lead in this best of 2.
Yeah, GG, well played. Quickly touching on kind of adapting to what you're scouting, you mentioned it yourself, the Phoenixes weren't going to do anything defending because Phoenixes are the worst unit you want when you're up against Ling Bane. It's one of those things where you want to maybe be cutting that out of your build. If you realize that your opponent is going for these kind of low supply minimalistic units like Ling Bane, Phoenixes are not really what you want in that situation.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seems that unfortunately PattyMac, I mean, he wasn't really able to scout the main base or the tech from Reynor, but it took a while for him to realize that, you know, those Lings were not going to stop being produced. It felt a lot like he was anticipating Roaches to be coming his way at some point.
Yeah, and to be fair, like, it is possible that if he was able to plug up his natural in time, then we still get a different game, and maybe PattyMac is still in a good position going into the mid game, because he was looking quite good, right? Like, his worker count was fine, like, his adepts were doing a lot of damage, he was killing queens, he denied the 4th, if you remember, like, he was doing surprisingly well with his opener. Things just, again, fell apart real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Reynor definitely did a really good job in the early game, just adapting to what PattyMac had. He had a slight advantage, and then the wall wasn't a wall, and he turned that slight advantage into an avalanche.
Yeah, exactly. You know, at this
It's
level,
not what you want, Winter.
yep, exactly. At this level of play, you know, every little mistake can cost you a game.
Like we just saw. And speaking of games, we have one here. On inside and out, where in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in that bottom left-hand corner, we have our blue Zerg player coming on from the land of Italia. He is our spaghetti boy himself. Everybody representing KyZ Gaming, KZG. Everybody give it up for Reynor.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have his opponent, the American Protoss player himself, representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is PattyMac. Oh boy, and now as we get into game number 2, I wonder if PattyMac is going to continue with the Patty special. And what I mean by that is usually in a best of 3, PattyMac does that build that we just saw in game 1, and then in game 2, he's going to open the same, except he's not going to expand, and he's going to go for a 2-base all-in.
Yep. That's a Patty Supreme.
Yeah.
Or the Patty Express. However you want to call it.
Yeah. I love it. I love the Patty Supreme. Give it to us, Patty. Oh my god. So if I recall correctly, it's another Glaive Adept opener off of 3 gates. And from there, he immediately goes, instead of a 3rd Nexus, he goes for 2 Stargates to get into Phoenix production. And he goes for a Phoenix Adept all-in. If I recall correctly, it's been a while since we've casted PattyMac in a PvC. It's been like over a month, so it's a little bit hazy, it's a little bit foggy, but that's how I recall it.
Well, somehow he just keeps getting those PvPs.
Yeah. Exactly. So we'll see if that's what he decides to do. For the time being, he does force the unnatural natural, you know, just making Reynor's life a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, not the biggest of deals, but enough to sort of keep Reynor on his toes. The last thing you want is a comfortable Reynor.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you want to be avoiding. For the time being, Reynor did just go for a hatch gas pool opener. He's just droning on up here at his unnatural location. And we're just kind of waiting to see the tech thrown down here. PattyMac, again, he should be going for the Twilight Council. He's got his 2nd gateway already on the way. A special shout out to another Duckling, to Starduck, for resubbing. Oh my god.
There we go. Thank you very much, Starduck, for that sub with Prime 7 months in a row.
Oh.
No, wait. For 7 months. Currently on a 1 month. I'll never get used to new Twitch thingies. But yeah, thank you very much, Starduck, coming in here, watching his Protoss brother, his Protoss Duck brother in this matchup.
Oh yeah, they are legally related. But this is legally binding here. That's how the Ducklings operate. As we of course are getting into that Twilight Council again, this should be for Glaze, but Patty throws down a Robo alongside this as well.
Not doubling down this time. Not going for the Patty Supreme. It's going for more for the Patty.
What's going through your mind right now?
Extreme.
Oh!
I was thinking Doritos for some reason.
The Patty Extreme. I love it, Papi. I love it. I don't know if this warrants a Patty. I feel like a Patty Extreme has to be extreme.
It does, yeah.
We'll see.
It's like the Patty value.
Oh my god, as we do see PattyMac moving out across the map with his first 6 Adepts. Again, he does have a recall available in case he gets surrounded. We saw it on cue in game number 1 as he commits to the shade, and he's gonna get surrounded here, and there's that recall.
Yeah. Once again, a single Adept is gonna go down, but not the biggest of deals here.
Oh.
Reynor is able to get a scout, and he will confirm that it is a robo this time, as opposed to a Stargate.
Mhm.
But he doesn't see the Dark Shrine.
Maybe this is extreme. Because PattyMac is committed here. 3 gates Glaive Adept into DTs. The Dark Shrine so far is hidden. Looking at the vision here of Reynor, he has not come across it, but he's being very active with these lings, and he does get eyes on the would-be third base of PattyMac.
Yeah, he knows that it's not going to be an all-in, so he can be a little bit he can relax a little bit, but he's still taking the situation very, very seriously. He allows that Spinecrawler to finish up, and he's actually getting a couple of spores, just in case.
Yeah, I mean, we have a Spinecrawler and all these Queens. The Adepts will not find a way in through the center of the map. Meanwhile, we do see a forced cancel on the third base of PattyMac. Reynor being so incredibly active with those lings is able to just keep PattyMac on 2 bases.
Yeah, at the very least, it wasn't a kill, so PattyMac can turn around and remake that third base, or he can just double down.
He could. It would be great to see him throw down more gateways, but for the time being, he goes for the third. But once again, Reynor is back. He gets the service area. He gets another cancel on the third.
Yeah, definitely a very awkward position for these Adepts to be in at the moment. Meanwhile, PattyMac moves in with his Adepts, but he's already going to have to face all of these Lings and all of these Banes. A lot of the Adepts actually go down before the shake can complete, and one Adept actually just dies from touching a Zergling.
At the same time, we do have a warping of DTs, and they're going straight for the natural here. There is no detection. The Spore is trying to waddle in, but the Spore is a little bit too late. We do have some transfuses. Can Reynor save this hatchery?
Oh, just barely. He's going to be able to take that out. He should be losing the Archon. Yep, just like so. But it's a decent bit of damage that he's been able to do. You know, he's been able to reciprocate a little bit and take a slight lead when it comes to his worker count. Yeah, now he just needs to survive a counterattack.
Yeah, I mean, the worker count is pretty impactful in the ZvP. Like, PattyMac is straight up ahead economically, but he lost all of his Adepts, if you remember, to the Ling Bane, and now he may fall to the counterattack. There's no shield battery at the natural. Oh, but the Lings don't commit to try to bust down that Stalker.
At least the wall was a wall. Whew.
Yes, this time the Stalker is on hold position. This time the wall is beautifully walled off there. And yeah, PattyMac is going to be losing a couple of probes here and there, but for the most part, he's pretty safe.
Yeah, honestly, PattyMac's looking pretty good getting into the mid-game. He's got an Archon, 2 Archons actually, I missed one of them, and 2 Immortals. You know, as long as they don't get caught out or isolated from a choke point or the rest of his army, then I think PattyMac should just about be able to tech up from here.
Yeah, he's definitely in a good position. Reynor to come back, he is double expanding as we speak. We do see that PattyMac is going to try and deny this. He's moving out with a bit of an Archon drop. He's going to be able to pick off an Overlord, but there are so many Queens on the ground. He has to be very careful not to get his Prism caught out. As Reynor once again tests the wall, he's looking for a way in.
Yeah, not quite going to find it. Not with a Stalker and an Immortal in the way, but the third base is now looking mighty vulnerable.
Oh yeah, shield battery is going to be going down. The boys are being pulled as well. PattyMac is committing to a frontal assault right now, and it looks like the third base is going to be safe and sound. Can PattyMac break through? Is this even a wise choice?
Not at all. This is such a good choke point for the defender to utilize. And you have that Spinecrawler and all of these Queens with Transfuse Energy. These Archons are already down to 10 health.
Ooh, we even Reynor even catches some reinforcements. He gets an Immortal and he gets an Archon.
The Warpism just barely not in range to save that Archon. Just like that, PattyMac sustains a very expensive loss for no real payoff.
Yeah, and it looks like PattyMac wants to commit to this push, but I feel like he should probably back off at this point. He's lost so many high-tech units. He's been losing Archons and Immortals, and now his army is that much weaker. As a result, he's going to lose another Archon.
Just like that, I think PattyMac has pretty much lost the backbone of his army. He's standing and delivering, but he's also down upgrades.
Yeah, he's down in the upgrades. He's now down in the economy as well because he's been losing workers to the run by. Zillingbane is just overwhelming his Stalker force right now. Queens, even off creep, are going to be enough here to just push on through. GG gets called, and Reynor takes the series 2-0.
Who can stop him?
GG, well played. PattyMac, again, it's a shame that this is the only series that we get to see of him because he did very well at HomeStory Cup. And to be fair, even in this series, like, he wasn't looking too bad in game one. Like, game one was so unfortunate. Like, I was getting some PTSD flashbacks. The wall just wasn't a wall. Like, what can you do?
Not a whole lot.
Oh my god.
Evidently, but yeah, definitely not as close as the last time our players met, but who knows? Like you said, there's definitely a couple of things that he can glean from this series, you know, a couple of points of improvement, I guess we would say.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me, if I want to be a little bit critical of PattyMac, is that he has been riding the coattails of his Patty special for a year now, but at a certain point, you know, the meta is the meta for a reason.
You gotta update your menu.
Yeah, you gotta update the menu. You
can't have the seasonal item for the whole year.
Yeah, because like the problem is like we were talking about the build and then we called the build immediately game one. Like you don't want to be predictable. You want, if you want to throw it in the middle of a series, you can, and I think it's wise to do so. But I feel like branching out, you know, learning the hero style or robo-based openers, or even the kind of the charge based gateway variants that we've been seeing recently. Just different ways to approach the matchup, I think, would be a wise choice, especially against some of these other top tier Zerg players, because if they don't have to scout you, if they can kind of predict what you're doing, like that's already so much of your power as a Protoss gone.
Yeah.
That's why like PattyMac found a little bit of success in game 2, because his Dark Shrine got unscouted. He killed a base. Like that was pretty good, because Reynor didn't know.
Hey, definitely wasn't expecting it. And yeah, like you were saying, that's kind of the biggest strength, or one of the biggest strengths of Protoss, is their unpredictability. If you are going to be playing in a very predictable way, then you're just going to be hard counted very, very easily.
Yeah, you're hurting yourself more than anything, I feel. So we'll see. We'll see how he will progress as a player as we get into 2022.
And I'm sure he will.
Yeah, definitely. I do imagine as well. As that's our final series of the night. A bunch of ZVZs, and we end things off with a ZvP. A bit of a shorter broadcast today, but that's mainly just because of the players.
Yeah.
A lot of short games.
Thanks for the aggression, Zerg players.
Yeah.
ZVZ.
ZVZ. Oh god. So that wraps up our coverage of Group D. So now we finished Group A, we finished Group D. Starting next week, we are going to be getting into Group B, and we're going to have a couple of broadcast days of it. We have many more games of these remaining groups to go. A lot more games.
Yeah. Kind of middle two groups coming down, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But yeah, thank you so much, Yaku, for joining me this lovely weekend. Thank you so much, Yaku, for showing off some of your amazing artistic works with your background. Oh,
yeah.
Beautiful.
It's like a photograph.
It's uncanny.
It's uncanny. Yeah.
It's crazy, Papi. It's crazy. Oh my god. So yeah, thank you so much, Yaku, especially because I know, like, especially this weekend is going to be a little bit busy for you. It is, of course, Lunar New Year's, and you are going to be celebrating that, of course.
Celebrating. Yep.
You're going to be busy with it. You're going to be busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for finding some time over the weekend to join me, Yaku. Thank you.
Yep. Before the madness really begins. Tis my one refuge over this, over this festive period.
Oh. Smurge. And you're gonna spend it casting ZVZs, puppy. Aye.
Yep.
Oh god. But if people want to see more of you, Yaku, usually I ask you to shout out your stream. And I'm sure you'll stream again one day.
I'm
but
thinking Monday or Wednesday. It's probably when I'll do it this week.
There you go, Monday or Wednesday. But also recently you tweeted out a website. Did you not?
Yes, a WordPress blog that I started doing and actually writing once again, which is pretty fun. You can check that out over at twitter.com/Empora Yakuzaku. It is currently my pinned tweet, or you can check that out. I have a couple of stuff there, and I'll just update it as and when I feel like there's something that I find fun to write about, or something that I just feel like I need to shout out to the world.
Yeah, like
this is my defense of CW.
Shout out to some of the old school viewers who may remember that Yaku used to write articles, even StarCraft related articles, a couple of years ago. He would do power rankings for the CranKy Ducklings, or he would do kind of aquatic kind of roundups reports, of reports of like a month or a season of tournaments for the CranKy Ducklings. And yeah, it's something that he used to do from time to time. Then of course Yaku became a little bit busy with schoolwork, so they have been on a bit of they have been on a bit of a hiatus for a long time. But like, you know, he used to write a lot more regularly, so it's cool for you to see or to find and have another kind of outlet for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely helping a lot. I find so if you're interested in any of my weird opinions, check it out over there.
There you go.
Yes. And as for my Twitch stream, that's twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. It's been so long since I streamed that I forgot what my handle on Twitch is. Yes, twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. That's I'm trying to do my placements when I find some time in this festive week next week.
Yeah. This week, or you know, you can always use the excuse like, oh, you're waiting for the new map pool. Like whenever that drops, you know, then you can do it then.
New map pool in new season.
It's true.
Oh wait, or not necessarily. That's like I think that's what they did last year, right? They slipped in the map pool for ladder in the middle of the season. Yeah,
they just slipped it in. They didn't even care.
Real slick.
Aye.
In Blizzard, in turn, I appreciate it.
There you go. So yeah, keep an eye out for some more Yaku content. Meanwhile, you can follow me at light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I do stream throughout the week as well. I will probably be live on Monday as well. You know, just a short ladder session. You know,
I can time out my stream.
I could give you a raid back. It's possible. Oh god, so I should be live on Monday. Typically I don't stream over the weekends just because we're busy casting. Our next broadcast is going to be tomorrow, ESL Open Cup Asia number 159. I'm going to be casting alongside Chase, and we're going to be casting the best from Korea, going at it on the new maps.
Now, are one or both of you going to be dressed as a bunny tomorrow?
I don't have a bunny outfit, but I do have the hat.
Ears. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Vivid hat.
Yeah, I have the Vivid hat. So
yeah.
I'll pretend to be a bunny. I'll pretend. Beautiful.
Not the bunny, but yeah. It's gonna be that year on the lunar calendar.
There you go.
Starting tomorrow.
There you go. So thank you so much everyone for the support. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow for some more StarCraft action. And Yaku, do you have anything you want to say before we head off for the night?
Do you want to build a snowman?
I don't know the rest of the lyrics. Bye!